Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to get this look at the drugstore. And I also have a pretty great giveaway that one subscriber is going to get. It is going to be a basket full of drugstore goodies. So if you want to be entered and you want to see how to get this look, keep on watching. Okay. Alright guys, sorry. I have one eye primed, one eye not primed. That's because I thought I hit the record button and apparently I did not. So, anyway. So, two birds with one stone here. I like to prime my eyes with my concealer. So you can see I already have this eye done. So my favorite drugstore concealer is actually by Maybelline. It is the Age Rewind Concealer, and I use the Color and Neutralizer. It is a yellowish color, so it counteracts with any darkness, and it's going to make it look brighter. So I've already done this eye, so now I'm just going to prime this other eye. If you see me looking over here, it is because my mirror is over here. So I am even using drugstore brushes for you guys today. So I'm going to try and tell you what brush that I'm using. This one is this, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Sonia Kosiak, I'm sorry. And it is the Precision Concealer Brush. You can get this one at Target. Beautiful, done. Okay, I am going to do my brows off camera because that's a whole process that would take me a while. I am going to use the NYX Professional Micro Brow Pencil, and the color that I'm going to use is ash brown. So I will be right back. Okay, so you'll notice that my eyes look different. That's because I had contacts in. I tried to be bougie, and Holly, you're not bougie, so I had to take them out because they were irritating, and yeah. So, brows are done, not the best, tried to hurry. So next, we are going to go with eyes. So I actually have two different palettes, both from e.l.f. I have the bite-size palettes. They are awesome. They are $3. So I have two different ones. I have Rose Water and I have Truffle. Let's do Rose Water. Sorry. I'm so indecisive. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to start with this guy, and he is going to go in my crease. So I'm going to take, I'm kind of cheating here because you can't technically get this in store, but it's cheap. It is a crown brush, and it does not have a name on it. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't have a name on it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to dip my brush in there. And I'm going to focus right in the crease area. Kind of build it up towards the top. Sorry guys, I'm focused. How's your day? What did you do? Anything interesting? I didn't do shit. I need to get it together. Alright, this is, I'm just blending it out. This is a Morph 504. Just a fluffy little guy. Just kind of blending out the edges. And then I'm going to go back in and do the same thing to the opposite eye. I don't know if you guys have the same issue, but it bugs the hell out of me. Does anybody ever have one eye that they don't feel like it is like blended out the same. Or is it a Holly problem? Maybe it's a Holly problem. Wouldn't be the first Holly problem. Got a lot of them. We've been quarantined here at the house with 5 children. It's fantastic. Let me tell you. Thank God for Xanax. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Alright. I think that's good for now. So I'm gonna go in with a kind of a flatter brush. And this one is from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. This is the JH33. And I'm going to go into the darker color. I'm going to go into this guy. And then I'm going to keep it kind of on the outer edge here. I am an eyeshadow snob. I like my eyeshadow. I like my Charlotte Tilbury and my Natasha Denona. But if you're on a budget, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people that aren't on a budget. I got a problem. I need to go to like Eyeshadow Anonymous. It needs to be a thing. Alright, so I'm just gonna, build it up a little bit so that it's nice and smoky. If you don't want it this dark, obviously, you don't have to make it this dark. You can just stop whenever you want it. Or if you didn't even want it the darker color, you don't even have to add the darker color. But I'm drama. All about the drama, guys. Okay, so now I am going to go into this guy. And I'm going in on a flat brush. And this one was from the Bretman Rock collection from Wet n Wild. Unfortunately, I do not think you can get this anymore. Sorry. So I'm cheating a little bit. I like to, when I'm going in with metallic shade, I like to make it pop, so I like to spray it down with either, you can use water, you can use, I'm using a setting spray, so I just spray my brush down, and then I'm gonna kind of tap it in here. I'm keeping it kind of in the middle, and you'll see why in a minute. Ow. Jesus. Let me get it together. I'm just kind of blending. Blending. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other ball. Let me just tell you, it is, I don't even know what the hell time it is. Probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock. There are no parts of me that wanted to film this video because I'm slacker well, I'm not really a slacker. I worked today. I did a lot of stuff. But I got a shower. My hair's wet right now, but I'll have a ta-da moment in the beginning of the video. But I got a shower and I did my makeup, all just so I could take it off. All for you guys. Okay, so I am going into the lightest color now, which is this little puppy. And I'm using another flat guy, a little smaller. This one is a Morphe M124. And I'm gonna go into the very corner here. And I'm just gonna kind of keep it tight against here. How is my video quality, honestly? Because right now I'm doing it on my phone because I cannot figure out the stupid camera that I bought. The whole setup that I have, I can't figure out the camera, I can't figure out the mic, I can't figure out anything. So I'm just doing old school phoning it. It's ridiculous. I had a breakdown, tantrum, saying I can't do this. My husband's like, yes you can. I'm like, but I only have 20 subscribers. You gotta start somewhere, right? Alright, I'm just gonna do the same thing, do the other eye. And if you can see, I'm kind of keeping it away from the middle, so that way it has that cool, like, blended look where it's just, I can't think of the word. Get it together, Ollie. What the hell's the word? You know what I mean. I feel like I lost a little bit of that middle here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Alright, so I do have two other things that I want to share with you guys that are like little extras if you want them. I'm not going to do them because they wouldn't really look good with the look that I have, but they're from e.l.f. again. What are they called? They are, I guess they're just the liquid shadows. Awesome. I think they were $5, but they look like this. This shade is the Galaxy, I believe it's called. But it's so pretty. Sorry, trying to get it in focus. Okay, so that one's Galaxy. And then this one is Disco. But I thought those were neat little add-ons that I would pick up so you guys could see them. They're kind of comparable to the Stila liquid metals, I think they're called. But alright, next step is liner, which I'm not going to do on camera because I wing it and it would take too much time. Okay guys, so I forgot to tell you what I was using. It is by NYX. It's called That's the Point, and it is in Hella Fine. It is really, really good for getting in there and getting like a really precise wing. It has such a tiny little tip. I am going to go into mascara. One of my favorite mascaras is the Falsies by Maybelline. Another really good one is Lash Paradise. Everybody knows about Lash Paradise. But I'm going to be, what the hell is this color? look purple. Alright, so I'm gonna go and just put a little bit of on, because I'm gonna be putting lashes on. Normally, if I was going to do just mascara, I would curl my lashes, and I would also use a lash primer because I have little bitty lashes. Look at them. They're pathetic. They should be ashamed of themselves. That's good enough. Alrighty, so now I am going to grab a makeup wipe. So we're just gonna clean up anything that might have fallen. Oh, I did do skincare before I started filming. That video's coming. I already have. Went to Target the other day. You're welcome. I spent like $300 because I didn't have all of this stuff. I am going to be doing a skincare video. So that one's coming too. Alright, so primer. I like to do something kind of illuminating. Normally I would be using something like my Charlotte Tilbury, but this, I can't say is tried and true. I'm going to be 100% honest, but I saw it and I wanted to try it, so I'm going to be trying it. This is by e.l.f. It's the Illuminating Primer Mist. So let's just give her a spritz. That was brutal. Cheese and cupcakes. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, so for my actual primer, I'm going to be going in, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. It's really good. It's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So, don't do this if you're a makeup artist. Don't do it. Unless it's your own. So I'm just going to go in here and kind of tap in the areas where my pores are more prominent. See that line right there? I'm not one of the people that is like, oh no, I'm never gonna get work done. Not me. Nope. I'm like, fill her up, guys. That's right. Alright, foundation. I have two different ones. Obviously, I'm only going to be using one on myself. I have Wet n Wild. This one everybody talks about. Smells like paint thinner. It's called Photo Focus. I've never been a really big fan of it. I don't get the hype, but I wanted to pick it up because it is talked about, so there must be something to it, so I just picked it up just to show you guys. The one that I do like though is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear. My shade is 420. So I am going to use my hand, makeup artist's best friend, and the sponge that I used is from the drugstore. I actually like these guys better than the Beauty Blender. I have a new one. This is by Eco Tools, and it's just called the Total Perfecting Blender. So I'm just gonna put some dots. I use a sponge. Some people prefer to use, good gosh, see how red my ears are? Hashtag fibromyalgia, guys. I deal with fibromyalgia, and that's one of my side effects. My ears get really red if I've had like a stressful day, or if I'm in a flare-up, if I've been drinking, which today I haven't drank anything, but it sucks. Does anybody else deal with it? I'd like to find some fibro friends. It's like, I was just talking to my friend the other day about it. It's like, fibromyalgia is one of those things that unless you have it, you can't sympathize with it. It's like you feel completely alone in your situation. Like, it's almost like nobody believes you actually have it, because there's so little known about it, and it's one of those diseases that nothing can really be done, and people just don't. It's one of those invisible diseases. So there's that. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go back in with the concealer. And just going to dot it in there. Ooh, doggy. Might have went a little haywire with the concealer there, Holly. You need to back it down. Take it down a notch. So I am going to go in with this is Morphe, and it is the Bacon Set Setting Powder, and I'm going to use the shade Banana. So I use a sponge again. Some people use a brush. You can use a brush, you can use a sponge. Those are really, I guess you can use a powder puff. I don't really know anybody that uses those little puffy things that come in powders. But I always go right to my under eye first, just so I can set the concealer. And then I just kind of go around and kind of pack it on, and I will show you why I'm not too worried about how much is on there right now. Alright, so bronzer. I am going to go in with Milani's Silky Matte Bronzing Powder, and this is in Suntan. I'm going to use a Morphe Y1, and just going to go in little circular motions and tap her off there. I don't really contour. I use my bronzer to contour. Now you can kind of see why I wasn't too worried about the powder, because it kind of softens whatever I'm going to put over top of it. Do you see how it's just such a nice, soft color? Milani makes a lot of good stuff, guys. Their eyeshadows are really good. They easily could have been there were so many I could have picked from for eyeshadows. e.l.f. was just one that was so affordable with their little bite-sized palettes that I felt like I had to put them in there. Okay, so for blush, I actually have two different guys here, but I'm going to use this one. So I will show you this guy first, the one I'm not going to use. This is by Wet n Wild. It is, oh, it's upside down. Jesus. Okay, so it's called Hello Halo. I think these guys are new, and it's pretty neat because it actually has the blush on one side and then the highlight, Jesus, on the other side. And this color is, I have no idea, highlight bling, I guess. But I am going to go in with Milani blush. These blushes are awesome. They are the baked blushes, and I'm using Berry and More today. They're so pretty. I have pretty much every one of these blushes. God, I gotta stop looking over this way. My hole. Gotta look at this little hole. But you see how, like, they're luminosity in them. Good. It's good. Alright, so I'm just gonna go in there, a dab will do. And I am using a Real Techniques, and it is the 202. See, little guy. And I'm just gonna kind of focus right in here. I feel ridiculous without my eyelashes on. I look like a nerd. Like a nerd, Holly. Alright, so highlights. Really, for store brand, you cannot beat Wet n Wild highlights. Their highlights are bomb for what you're going to pay for them. I think they're like $3. I honestly don't know. It's been so long since I bought one because I have so many of them. But there's that one. This one is limited edition. Sorry. It's called The Sweetest Bling. But look at that. Isn't she pretty? You're so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a Morphe 501, little fluffy nugget. And I'm just going to go right in here. Honestly, I don't really even wear highlight. I know it's makeup sin. I don't wear highlight every day. Good night. I'm going to go back in for the under eye, just to kind of give it dimension. I'm going to go back in with the darker color, with the shadow. And I am going to use a pencil brush. It's the Morphe M168. I'm going to tab it in there and get some shadow on it. And then I'm going to go in with my setting spray and kind of tap it off. Perfect. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Alright guys, there it is, the final look. I think it turned out pretty well. So you can definitely get an amazing look for less than $100 at the drugstore. And like I told you in the beginning, I have a pretty great giveaway. At least I think so. Let me grab it. So one subscriber is going to get all of this. It has an entire brush set from Real Techniques, e.l.f. eyeshadow, a e.l.f. liner set, PEASY, some Bliss skincare, which will be in the next video, the primer mist, some of the liquid shadow that we spoke about, and some liquid lipstick. So all you have to do to be entered is you have to like the video, be subscribed, and leave me a comment. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe before you go, and I will see you in my next video.